those fuels or Forgiatos?
We're live again.
Oh, fuel, FF13. Why are you on selfie?
Because it's not time to go, but Junior's not looking, so I turned on the live again. But
what?
Nothing? We're not live right now.
Yeah, totally live right now.
We're live again. Wheel It Fit comes up in 9 minutes. I figured I might as well just flip it on, let you guys start joining in. Junior's on the phone back there because he smashed into somebody yesterday. So he's talking to the police about why he can't drive. See him back there? Junior, you talking to police?
Actually, he's talking to the insurance company.
Insurance company?
Yeah.
So Junior has been working real hard. So we hooked him up with a banged up, scratch pair of moto metals because we care. So he got them custom powder coated and they were looking sick. What color was it, Junior?
Illusion Cherry.
Illusion Cherry powder coated.
He put them on yesterday afternoon.
So yesterday afternoon, he finally got them on the truck after getting them from Powder Coat 2 weeks ago. He puts them on the truck, drives 15 miles, and T-bones some dude on the highway and messes up one of his wheels. So he had wheels for 15 miles?
Yeah, so probably 20 minutes.
15 miles, and he smashed up his brand new Moto Metal 962s and Illusion Cherry powder coat. So now he's got 3 Illusion Cherry wheels and one that's black and Illusion Cherry because it's got all the rubber on it from the other guy's vehicle. And smashed up the front of his truck. So if you saw Junior's Spotlight, I hope you enjoyed it because he wrecked his truck now and it's going to be under construction again. So that's the story. Junior's on the phone. Don't tell him that I told all you guys that. But basically the guy cut him off there playing rubbing race cars and then he T-boned him on the highway. What's up, Matthew? I don't know if we got a big old delay, but our phone's kind of acting weird. Once again, we are going to be doing Wheel It Fit in about 5 minutes. So if you guys bring your fitment questions, let us know year, make, and model, and we will show you how we use our gallery of almost 14 or 15,000 vehicles to figure out fitment. And the goal is that you'll learn how to use the site. Not that we're going to try to help every person, one person at a time. Because these days, I think we do about 1,000 wheel and tire packages a month or something like that. It's a huge number. So obviously we can't do them all. So if we can show you guys how to use the site, then you can go out and just shop away. For those of you waiting to buy some wheels and tires for your tax return check, you might want to check out our firm. You can basically take a loan out or finance, get the wheels and tires now, and then pay like 1 month's payment and then pay the rest off when you get that tax return. So that's just a little tip. I've seen some of the local guys doing that, so figured I'd pass that on. Anybody have any suggestions for tonight's show? I think we start in 6 minutes. Oh, Jesus. Why is the internet not working? I'm going to go to the other side of the camera and going on.
We're up to 50 people watching, but nobody's commenting.
Are you still live?
Yeah. Are you almost ready? Huh?
Run this straight through?
We just went live 6 minutes ago, yeah?
Is it still live?
Yeah.
Yeah, is this our episode then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. So Banker will just let me know when we're ready to rock and roll. We got about 6 minutes, so I'm going to eat half of an apple.
Let them watch Cosmosis roll across the screen.
Hmm?
Let them watch Cosmosis roll across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just now. Just now it flipped to where you went front screen.
Yeah.
What's up, Fernando? Yeah, we're trying to get some half-ton Dodges. There's just no Dodges up in Wisconsin. I don't know why. Now remember, if you guys want to see some fitment, we need to know the year, make, model, what suspension you're thinking about. What's up, Jay? Custom Offsets owns the game. That's what I want to hear. Hopefully you guys are realizing that the website we're building is absolutely never heard of. And seeing 14,000 vehicles in one place, I mean, that was our dream come true. So we're pretty jacked about how things are going. And hopefully we can help out you guys with fitment too. And then hopefully you also see that we have the lowest prices humanly possible on wheel and tire packages shipped to your door. But if we just help you with fitment, you go buy them from your uncle up the road, same difference. I'm down with it. About 4 minutes, we'll get started.
What happened to the 500 bananas we had? I was having bananas, but
Yeah, bananas are just here.
okay, we got one.
If you guys are just joining, so one more time, this is Wheel It Fit. Our goal is to show you how to use the website. It's not to try to do fitment on every vehicle in America. So what we'll do is, what we want you to do is watch how we're using the different filters and everything in the galleries. So if you come to our homepage, the fitment is all about the gallery. You can see we've now got over 14,000 vehicles. And as you use the filters, if I put in Cadillacs, it'll tell me that there's 30 Cadillacs in here. So if I put in that I've got a CTS, it'll tell me there's 19 of them that are CTSs. If I put in that I want to run 11 wides, it's going to tell me nobody's done that yet. If I put in 10.5 wides, 10 wides, you'll see this fella, which this is one of my favorite CTSs of all times. So the whole concept is that this will help you look up no matter what your vehicle is. Primarily it's trucks today. And then you can figure out what will fit your vehicle based on what other people did. So the other cool part about our gallery, these were all loaded by the owners of these vehicles. So this guy is, you can read it. Fuckboy Classics, I guess. And if I click on that, this should take me to Fuckboy's Instagram. And there he is, sure enough. So that would be who the owner of the truck is, and he loaded this. So he told us he had 20 by 12s, and that he's running 35, 12.5 pacemaker altitudes. He's running a rough country 6-inch lift. He's got no rubbing or scrubbing and just minor plastic trimming to get that done. If I wanted to ask him a question, I can just put my name in here, put my email in here, and then ice or steam is warmer, steam is warmer. So you put steam in there so I know you're not a robot, and then you can ask your question. And then you put email me follow-ups and hit post comment. That will email the owner, that'll email Fuckboy himself, and he will be able to answer your question if you've got a question about how much he had to trim, or can you see more pictures? I don't know if he showed pictures of his trimming. He's got a lot of pictures, so I'm betting he did. Nope. So you could email him and say, hey man, you know, how much trimming did you have to do? Did you trim the bumper or the back of the front wheel well? And then he'll get back to you because he'll get an email telling him what your question is. So our whole concept is to create a community where people can come out here and basically see what everybody's running, and then mimic that, or even push the envelope and go a little bit further. So it is 6 o'clock sharp. Banker says we are ready to rock and roll. We got one. Junior's still on the phone with the police because he crashed into people on the way home from work last night. Don't worry, he's okay. He just wrecked the brand new wheels we bought him.
We're at 62 beers right now.
Cool. Let's rock and roll.
All right. Rob
What's up, Rob?
has a 16 Silverado.
Now, Rob, so here's the deal. We're going to do yours, so I want you to stay with us and ask more questions or give us more information if we need it. There's like a 20-second lag, so you'll see me just sit here sometimes. We're waiting for Rob to get back to us. because I usually have questions, but we want to stay with Rob and get him his complete answer before we move on to the next person. So, Chevy Silverado,
16,
1500,
1500. Level.
leveling kit. So I chose Chevrolet Silverado 1500. I'm choosing leveling kit.
10 wides and 33s.
Have a nice night, Mandy. Drive fast, take chances. Don't ram people in roundabouts. Mandy's our office manager. Last week she decided to ram somebody because they weren't going fast enough through a roundabout, so that was awesome. Leveling kit and what wheels and tires?
10 wides and 33s.
10 wides and 33s. The answer is yes, because we've done it. So here's a 16, 10 wide, negative 18. He's running 33s. Leveling kit. So he's got a rough country 2.5-inch leveling kit without the rear blocks installed. The truck currently sits 1/4 inch higher. No rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming.
Get out of here.
I would argue those rub a little bit, don't they? 10 wides, 33s.
Yes.
Rough country, no rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming. That looks like the same truck. I think he loaded his truck twice. He did. He just really likes it. Here's another 16, 10 wide, negative 19, 2.5-inch Motofab. No rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming. So these guys are doing 2.5-inch. I think we did a 2-inch and had a little bit of rubbage,
Yep, that's
but
what
not
you
worth
guys
trimming.
did. Yep.
With the 2.5, they're getting away with it. But the 2.5, you'll squat a little bit in the rear, correct? If you don't do the level lift.
Yes.
So if you do a 2.5 in the front, you'll squat like a 1/2 inch in the rear. But yeah, if you do the 2.5-inch leveling kit up front, you'll clear it. Slight love it, full turn leveling kit. So he's got the radar. That must be a 2-inch because he said he's got a little rub. And remember, the tolerance of the vehicle can change whether it's going to hit back here or not. So you can have engineering tolerance stack up, which will cause that same fitment on the same exact truck to have a little bit of rub. But a lot of times it's not enough that people even care. And once the tire wears down, it stops rubbing. So a couple burnouts and you'll be good to go. 4-wheel drive burnouts. Did that help, Rob? Man, this guy really likes his truck. It is loaded in here about 11 times. Oh no, that's a different one. Oh, these are all different ones.
A lot of people like the white ones.
Yeah, the white 2016s are hot with 20 by 10s and 33s. I'd have to agree with that because they're looking good. 2.5-inch strut spacer, Motofab, slight rub at full turn. So, I would say it rubs just a tiny bit, but everybody seems to be happy with it because they're all doing it. Rob's still with us?
He commented a while when you were talking about the 2 to 2.5. That's how far behind it is.
Okay,
So it's
so we
like-
just got an extra leg
Yep,
tonight.
there we go. Said nice. So.
Sounds good.
Yep. Thanks for answering. So you caught up. Let's see here. Daniel. 14 Ram 2500.
Hey, Junior. Hey, Junior. You want to use the office? $2,500?
Yep.
I think Junior's getting yelled at by the police, so I don't want you guys to hear that. He told us it was the other guy's fault. Ram 2500,
6-inch.
6-inch lift.
Uh, 14 wides and 37s.
So I go to the 14 wides. Tire size 37s. What year?
It keeps dropping to the newest comments, and they're commenting really fast. 14.
Perfect. So here's a 14 Ram 2500 running some Fosses, 14 wides, 37. It looks like he's got 37 13 and a half, which is a perfect setup for a 14 wide. Slight rub at full turn, minor plastic trimming. And that aggressive of a setup, you're only going to find one. Here's an 11. That's a different body style, right? And a 14.
Nope, the same body
Oh,
style.
they did stick the same.
Yep.
So this 11 is running 37, 13 and a half, 14 wides, 6-inch lift, rubs, minor plastic trimming. So we're able to find two of them, and both of them are saying the exact same thing. So you should be good with a little plastic trimming. It looks like that one is likely up here on that lower valence. Or is it that rounded stock?
No,
anchor?
it's definitely trimmed.
That's trim. That's a great trim job. It's always good when you can see that they followed the body line of the vehicle. Yeah, he's not going to show us. So yeah, you should be good to go. A little bit of plastic trim. But if you're going 37s and 14 wides, you were definitely prepared to do a little bit of trimming.
Yep, there we go. Awesome. Thanks for help.
No problemo.
Alright, you're gonna like this one. 2012 Cadillac CTSV.
I knew I shouldn't have gave that example. Okay.
He's just looking for wheels, can't find anything.
I don't think we're ready to help you. So you're going to want to stay tuned to fitmentinc.com. That is going to be a new website geared specifically on cars. What year is it? A 2012?
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is a V. Rear wheel drive. That's got to be a V. It's got the whole V front end.
Mm-hmm.
So our friends over at Velgen set this V up, and this is absolutely perfect. So let me go back. For this one, I just put in Cadillac and CTS, and then I just kind of look through for some V front ends. That's another one there. But I know this one, the sedan and the coupe matter too. So does he say if it's a coupe or sedan?
Didn't say.
So if you've got the sedan, I would say this is an absolute perfect fitment. It looks like he is on coilovers. And you'll see it's a 20x9 plus 35 on all four corners, and then 255 30s. No, that can't be. I think that is that's the front wheels. They didn't load the back wheels. Those back wheels are more aggressive than that. I believe 10.5s is what they're doing on the rears. Here's a coupe. So if it's a coupe, and some of these are so old that the pictures are broken. These were from way back in the day. Yeah, we're not ready for cars. Banker set me up. That's a scam.
They're on the site.
Yeah, that's it.
Wheels are on the site.
Yeah, we have some wheels. But for fitment, you're going to have to wait for Fitment Inc. when we get that up and rocking in the next couple of weeks. So, who is that?
That was Ryan.
Ryan, watch for fitmentinc.com. You'll see that it doesn't go anywhere today, but soon it's going to be the car version of custom offsets. And we will get some of these reloaded. But if you want to just come out and check this out, the other option is to get a hold of Elgin Wheels, and they can tell you what they ran on this one. Yeah, I thought it was on there. I guess it's not.
Right.
Let's stick to the trucks. That was a scam. That was rigged. Hoonigan. Not fun for one night, Charles?
Yeah, I prefer to stay late tomorrow night. My dad's in town, so we'll go get dinner.
Okay, drive fast, take chances. We're still live.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me then?
I can talk to my friends while we're live. Banker's looking for the next truck.
Find something cool. Do like a bagged Silverado.
Have a nice night, Charles.
Bye, Charlie. See you guys.
Alright. Here's the interesting one. Sean has a 13 GMC Sierra.
What's up, Sean? I like your name. GMC
Sierra 1500.
Sierra 1500.
Leveled.
Leveling kit.
I'll plug that in.
You stole my charger?
I had to. I gotta make my call.
Junior. Oh geez. Level.
Level. He's looking at 20 by 9 sprockets
9 wide.
on 295 55s.
Well, yeah, that'll fit all day.
So here's
What year was it?
13. So
Okay,
previous.
so this
Yep.
one.
Sprockets I think are a negative though, aren't they? Can you look up the exact wheel? Because
So if you ever want to look up wheels, I just go to products, choose. I might as well just look by year because I know what year vehicle is, and that'll pull the bolt pattern and everything. So GMC Sierra 1500, 4-wheel drive, gas. He wants 20s.
yep.
And you'll see we have 11,738 wheels for that GMC. So then I go to 9 wides and you'll see it's the same as the gallery. So now it's telling me for that GMC Sierra 1500 in 20 by 9s, I have 2,200 wheels still. Then I can go to wheel brand of Hostile. Love our Hostiles. Wow. We passed it 3 times. Sprocket, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Twenty by 9 zeros, plus 10s, or zeros. So zeros and plus 10s, pretty much course
much
of
the
these.
same, yeah.
Yep. So 20 by 9 plus 18. This would be in the ballpark. 295.55. Leveling kit. Did have some rubbing at full turn, but stopped after installing the NorCal fender mod. Very easy and clean way to fix any tire rub. So a little minor metal trimming. So he did rub on the back of that front fender.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's my buddy Jared's. I didn't recognize it.
This is the original
Yeah.
version of it.
Back in the day. So he had to go back here and do a little bit of a NorCal tuck. Which, remember, if you ever want to see how we do that, did our NorCal video go up yet?
Not yet. Next
There is
Wednesday.
a sick ass NorCal video coming for you guys next week,
Next Wednesday.
next Wednesday, and it's on that body style. It'll be the Silverado, which is basically the same thing. So, if you ever want to, oh, I'm sorry, I took my normal way. You would just come up to search and do NorCal custom offsets, and you can search YouTube, and you should be able to see all of our different NorCal videos. Internet's a little slow tonight.
Yes, if you want to get into the second half of his
Yeah.
question, was Rough Country told him he could only run 275 55s with those wheels.
Yes, so Rough Country has to err on the side of safe, and the answer is yeah, you could only run 275s without doing any metal trimming. What we always say is a 275, let's see if anybody's done that, is going to be tiny. It's going to look weird.
Older body style.
Weird. 275 60s?
275 55.
Yeah, I was going to say,
So even
that's
smaller.
actually pretty tall. So here's a 275 55. I just think that that looks really little as compared, because that's only 32 inches by 10.8. So Rough Country has to tell you that because they're not going to tell you to do metal trimming. We'll tell you you should definitely do some metal trimming because it's just going to look better. So if you put in NorCal custom offsets, you should be able to, how come it, there we go. You should be able to come through and see some of our NorCal videos. So for your year, make, and model, that one's coming out shortly. Junior, can you make a note? Can we, for this video here, put the year range in the title?
Yeah.
Because it's really tricky.
I'll change it right now.
You're so cool. Junior's still my favorite as far as the videographers go that are redheads.
Wow, I feel special for a half second there.
What? If we hire another one, you're still going to be my fave.
Appreciate it.
No problem. So that would be where you see the NorCal. The answer is you need a little, what we call mini NorCal, which means bash it back a little bit, make a little bit of room. Or just let it rub. But on that one, I think you're going to have to move it back because it's going to rub quite a bit.
Yeah,
It's
gonna be
worth-
annoying.
It's worth a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And if you're afraid to do that, you don't want to do it, we've been telling people, probably go to a body shop. Don't go to a wheel and tire place. They don't know how to do body work. They don't know how to do trimming, most of them. Go to a body shop who knows how to make a nice clean pocket at the back of that front fender. Good? Did he respond at all?
Yep, you guys rock. We'll be purchasing in a few weeks.
You rock and we appreciate that, man.
Alright, I've got Cody has an 01 GMC Sierra 1500. Leveled.
Okay,
17 by 10.
okay,
305 65 17s.
okay. He wants to know if that'll fit.
Yep.
So because he's got an 01, you'll see that our site sorts it by newest. I'm just going to go by oldest and zoom down to the 01-ish. 305 what? 70?
305 65 17.
65. Let's go with 17s. 305 65. So there's only one. It's an 06. Slightly different fitment. I'm just going to go see. A 305 65 and 17 is basically 32.5 by 12. So now I know if I just change this. Wheel size is irrelevant, you guys, because all that matters when you go from a 17 to an 18 to a 22 to a 24, it just means less rubber and more wheel. So all that really matters for fitment is the width and then the height. So you're practically putting a 33 on there. So I'm just going to do 10 wides and 33s on leveling kits. And if they did it, then I know you can with your setup. And here's a whole bunch of them. So GMC Sierra leveled, 3-inch torsion keys up front, Rancho lift shock, so you kind of did a level lift. Slightly trimmed the valence, so it sounds like it fits all day with the trim valence on that one. And remember my rule, always find 2 or 3 of them because you don't want to fall for one guy's opinion. That one didn't say about trimming. This one says no rubbing or scrubbing. He did minor metal trimming, so he had to get in a little metal. I don't know if he hit the front bumper. He definitely trimmed the valence. I wonder if he trimmed the edge of that front bumper too. But that's with 33s. So with 32s, I'm leaning towards just that valence trim. Minor plastic trimming. 10 wides, 33s, yeah. So with the size you were looking at, you're gonna do minor plastic trimming with 10 wides. I would stick with a -12 though. -24, that extra ½ inch of stance would be a little bit more trimming and could get into metal trimming then. So if you want to avoid any metal trimming, go with the -12 offset with that 10 wide. If you don't mind doing a little metal trimming, then you can go ahead and go with that -24 offset. Jen, will you just push the override button on the heat so we get one last blast of heat before we freeze to death? Thank you, sir. Did you see if he replied? Is he good to go? Don't knock over your mic next, Junior.
Yeah, he said thanks.
There you go.
Sweet.
My phone's dying. There's no outlets in this freaking building.
We're all dying.
We're all dying. This is our one shot at life. Talk to you about this. We gotta make trucks great again. Oh my God.
Stuck in order.
Okay. Got another one, Junior?
I'm looking.
Anchors on brake.
I don't want to screw up Banker's
Got it.
roll.
Okay.
Just in time, because Junior would have had me so confused. He'd have picked the 82 S10 with bags, rolled fenders, no box, and the front bumper full roll pan.
Do it up.
Yeah.
No box and there's still a roll pan?
Front roll pan.
Oh.
Figure that out.
Whoa.
We have a Tim Sexton Jr.
What's up, Tim Sexton Jr.? My Uncle Tim has the same name as you, but he's not a junior.
He's got a 2-door 97 Tahoe.
Two-door Tahoe. We like our two-door 97 Tahoes. So, oh my God, look at this. We're gonna have to digress for a second.
Beautiful.
Junior,
I want 3.
I would call the insurance company back and tell them, you know what, don't worry about that wheel. Why don't you send me down a 2016 Tahoe on 12-inch bulletproof suspension with some Resi Fox shocks
And Fauces.
and Foses. Powder coated custom to match.
Beautiful.
You good? Okay, we got Junior's new vehicle. Now we will go look at some two-door Tahoes. Okay,
Alright.
suspension,
10-inch.
you got it.
Trying to fit 42s by 16s.
So I'm not gonna even worry about your 16. Them 16 wide.
Yeah.
Big Baba. What year was it?
97. It's an OBS chef.
No.
96 is the oldest in the gallery.
So I think Ben changed the suspension thing, and it's not quite right. So what you saw what I did. We used to have just greater than 9-inch. Now we've added 9-inch, and then we're gonna add 10-inch, 11-inch, 12-inch. The problem is a lot of the 10, 11, 12 are coming up as 9-inch. So if you're in that ballpark, click on the 9-inch and just see what people are running, because there's a good chance. Like this one has a 9-inch suspension and 3-inch body, so he's running 12 inches of lift, and he's got 38 by 15 and a halves on 14 wides. So this is a very similar fitment because you're 16 wides, but you're on 42s. Those are probably 15 and a halves, right? I don't even know. I don't buy
42, they're
42s,
16
so-
wides.
The tires, I mean.
Yeah, the tires are 16 wide.
What are the wheels?
17s.
No, wide.
10.
Oh, 17 by 10s. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was asking the width of the wheels.
Oh.
So, 60. So you'd be less aggressive than this by far, because you're only 10 wides. This guy's got 38, so you're going 42s. I would say this is similar. No rubbing or scrubbing or trimming. So that would give me some hope, and I think that's all you're gonna find. I'm gonna get rid of all the suspension and just look for big ass trucks. Here's a 95. That's only a 6-inch though. So when you get a crazy one like this, and you know you're building something super custom when you're going 42s, you're basically gonna have to use the best of what we have and see if you can get close on a concept. So he's got a level and a lift, so he's got 7.5 inches total, and he got into some minor plastic trimming with 10 wides and 35s. You know what I want to see? If there's any Chevys ever running 42s. Sometimes I'll just try to look at a make. So there's a Blazer. Oh, it's got such a different fender though.
That's a square body.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Isn't that Corey's? No, looks like it's Wanker's. What you doing with your wanker, Junior? So 14 wides. So this is significantly more aggressive. How much lift was he talking?
He's got a 10-inch straight axle, so I assume it's the same.
So this is a straight axle 12-inch, but also 3-inch body. He's got like 15-inch.
15 inches, yeah.
But he's on 14 wides.
And he's skating on 42.
Yeah.
Looking down on semis.
My answer is the gallery is not ready to help you, but Banker backed me up on this. I'm still going back to this one.
Mm-hmm.
He's running 9 inches. What's he got? 10 inches?
10 inches on a straight axle.
So you've got another inch plus straight axle plus this is body lift. You're all suspension.
Mm-hmm.
He's running 38, so you're only going up 4 more inches. He's 14 wides. You're pulling that in 4 inches. I say it's a similar fitment.
But there's 16-inch wide tires.
These are 15.5-inch wide
Right, so it's going to be similar.
because he's pushed out on a 14 wide wheel,
Yeah.
so he stands out a lot more. That's a full 4 inches of geometry.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close to that. If you're going to try to run 42s on a 10-inch lift, I'm saying you can make it fit. I would do it. Because this guy's close enough, I would give it a shot.
Something's tippy as
I
hell.
wouldn't be scared. Yeah, I think you should get some 12 wides to push your center of gravity outward. But, you know, you got to build what you want. That just sounds huge. Does anybody else run, 40s on 10 wides? See, this is what it's going to look like. 10 wides and 40s. See how this truck looks like it's got
He's
so
got
it's a
spacers.
straight axle. Oh, he's got spacers. You'd be sucked in another 2 inches then.
Look at that blazer.
You need to get us one of these, Banker. Yeah, it's just 10.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. We need one of those, Junior. Can we get one?
Deal.
Okay. My final answer is go for it. I wouldn't be scared. If you're building that big of a truck, you know how to make some wheels and tires fit. But I would go a little wider on the wheel. Just my personal preference and opinion. So this is 12 wides and 40s on a square body. And I just think that that's got the right mix. So that it doesn't look too narrow. And he cleared that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So, final answer. Did you hear back from him at all? Probably out jumping that badass truck through some mud holes.
It is inside.
It's gotta be a monster. What you recording, Junior?
We're on Instagram Live right now too.
What's up, Instagram Live? Long time no see. Have we ever been on Instagram Live?
A week ago.
Yeah, been about a week, I guess. Anybody stopping out?
Yeah, Project GMC.
What up, Cody? Stance to the Wayne.
Yeah, Tim says he's going to try it.
Do it, Tim. I think that if you've got the guts to put that much lift on, you've got the guts to make 42s fit. And then 10 wides or 12 wides would be up to you. But I get why you want 10 wides, because then you'll have a lot of tire protection if you are going to mud bog that thing. So just watch your center of gravity. It sounds tall and a little narrow.
Alright. Ready for a simpler one?
Can I just take a peek at this Toyota? So we kind of have a problem where we really like wheels and tires and custom trucks. So sometimes I just stare at the gallery and think,
That was a nice looking taco.
isn't that cool? There's no way that he didn't have to cut the cab mounts almost completely out of that truck. Minor metal trimming. Only if you're doing minor turning and swerving. Jeez, yeah, he's not a real person, so we can't go out on his Instagram and see if he's fibbing us. Okay, let's get back to work.
Alright. Brandon
What's up, Brandon?
has a 2000 F350.
Okay.
6-inch lift. Wants to run 12 wides and 37s. 250 would be the same fitment.
Yeah, I was just wondering, is it pulling the Super
Oh.
Duties?
That's why you didn't have Super
Whoa.
Duty.
Yeah, Ben promised me that it pulled both. So Ben fibbed me. We need to go back to him. So if you guys saw what happened is there's an F350 and there's an F350 Super Duty. We're gonna have to fix that. We told the system to show both, but it's not. So we're gonna have to go back and see why it's doing that. So I clicked on F350 first, then I hit Super Duty, and it suddenly pulled up 41 rather than 1. So
Well-
what year was it?
Anything older than 95 is in a Super Duty.
I know, but for the gallery, it's easier if we just pull them no matter what, because then they can just sort by year. 6-inch lift?
Yep, he wants 12 wides and 37s.
And what year was it?
2000. So
12 wides,
99 to
37s.
03, I think it was saying.
Oh, that's got a custom front bumper, so that's not going to help with fitment. What was the year range?
It'd be 99 to like 02 or 03.
So the reason I keep jumping off of these, you'll see that this has a custom bumper. That's going to totally change if you've got to trim the front bumper or not. So I usually stay away from those when I'm trying to figure out fitment. But this one has a 6-inch lift, slight rub at full turn, and he's on 12 wides and 37s. You can see trim that lower valence.
Yeah.
And 13.5s.
Typically, that generation they space the bumper out.
Yeah,
Or you can
they'll
cut
do
it.
the washer trick or whatever
Yeah.
and push that front bumper out rather than cut it.
Yep.
I remember seeing some of those. So 12 wides, 37s. He's doing it with minor plastic trimming. We can go, like Cody was saying, you can also look at F250s. 12 wides, 37s. 99 F250, 6-inch. Slate rub, full turn, minor plastic trimming. So there's two of them saying that. Let's find our infamous third truck. Slate rub, full turn, minor plastic trimming. So 3 out of 3. That's a pretty easy one. The trick is F250s have the same fitment roughly in that year, so you can look those up. And then the other trick is don't be afraid to click that Super Duty even though yours isn't a Super Duty. What's happening is when they go through our site, they're just snagging the Super Duty title. So don't be sensitive about it. It's okay. Did I help him?
You're a little behind. He might not be here. I don't know.
Hey, gone?
We're back there. There's a lot of comments on here. Cody Roberts wants to know if you have any deals coming up on wheels.
Cody Roberts, have I got a deal for you? We sell our wheels as low as you're allowed to sell them. So what we do is we constantly watch how cheap we're allowed to sell wheels, and we pretty much set all of our prices all the time at those numbers. And then what we do is if you ever want to go get yourself some 20 by 12 hostiles, yeah, it's slow today.
We're not even uploading any videos
I know. Why aren't we uploading any videos?
because we're ahead.
I like when that happens. So what you'll see is, not only do we already have an amazing price, and if you shop around, you're going to see that that's an amazing price on a set of 4 of these hostels, we're also going to throw up to $357 back at you if you add tires to it. So instead of being one of those stores that overprices things if you're not paying attention, you only get a sweet deal when we're having a sale, we always run at amazing deals, keep our margins low, so that we basically can pass that on to you guys all the time, so we don't even have sales. So you'll never see us discount wheels and tires as like a sale. Sometimes we'll throw in like a free hoodie or something like that if we're just feeling froggy, but usually, you know, we're passing them on at such an awesome price, there's not even much room to give away gear on wheels and tires. So if I go to add tires, you're gonna see, obviously you wouldn't add some Toyo Extensas on there, But let's look at the 33s. And you'll see just how cheap you can get a set of tires added on. And mounting, balancing, and shipping in the lower 48 states is all free, so there's no tricks or gimmicks. We're really gonna give you a set of, I'm gonna find some MTs. Man, this thing's running slow. Okay. I'm not gonna fight with the website right now. I don't even see a, there it is. So you'll see these 33 12.5 Federal Crosses, $470 to add those on there. So when I click on them, it'll go ahead and package that up, and it's giving me that insane deal. So wheels and tires are $1878, and that's all 4 of them. Lower 48 ship free, mounting and balancing is also free. So, and then if you want to do it monthly payments, you could do this one as low as $179 a month. You get the wheels and tires now, you pay for them through a firm over the next 3, 6, or 12 months. So you decide when you click on that button. If you ever have questions about how that Affirm stuff works, you can just click options and pricing, and you'll see, oh no, I think I'm supposed to click Affirm. Now what did I do, Junior? I'll grab Trailblades this time. Because I see a lot of questions of how do our payment plans work. Everything you want to know is on here. So I would just click with the bi-monthly payments, and it'll unravel. And if I want to figure it out, I just click here to learn more. And it'll take me off to a firm site and explain the whole shebang to me. FAQs is super easy to go through the billion questions you might have. But it's a pretty badass program because it puts everything on your doorstep now. And like I said, we can't have a sale because we're already selling them at insanely low prices. And go ahead and shop us around. I mean, if you find a better deal, somebody's doing something they're not supposed to, or they are cool with not making any money whatsoever because we make so little. So that's my whole story, and I'm sticking to it.
So I suppose we're going to find another one. Here we go. Rusty
What's up, Rusty?
has a 14 Ram,
14 Ram?
1500. I'm surprised you didn't get distracted by that Toyota on your screen.
I was trying to remember his name. We met him at SEMA. I think he's on right now. And Richard, I think?
He was on Instagram, one high toy.
Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah. He knows that if you load a new photo of your truck, it'll come to the top. And he knows now that we're going to see his truck every time we hit the gallery button. He's not screwing around. He knows what he's doing. Appreciate you following us and paying attention that closely that you know that your truck's now going to be featured the entire show. Ram 1500
He wants to know how to fit 12 wides and 33s on a level.
on a level. 12 wides, 33s. They doing it all the time. We'll even go find a 14. Should be able to find the exact year. 15, 14, 12 wides, 33s. If you do a 2.5-inch level, you will have no rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming. Let's see if that's true. Here's another one. And he doesn't tell us about his rubbing, scrubbing, or trimming. Here's a 13. No rubbing or scrubbing, minor plastic trimming. So that's another level. That looks like that could be a 2-inch kit. There's a 13, 12 wides, 33s, 2-inch level, no rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming. So just slap them on. It sounds like you might have a little bit of plastic trimming down here. And maybe some inner liner stuff, but nothing that you can't do with Grandpa's Dremel. No rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming. Just do it up, man.
Too bad Chevys aren't that easy.
I know. But Chevrolet thinks that wheels are square. I think we're going to wrap it up in about 5 minutes, guys. So we'll take one more, and then we'll take general questions. So if you have any general questions or thoughts, we just want to share your general feelings related to trucks.
Rusty said right on. Thanks, guys. Adored him. Salute.
Awesome. Thank you, Rusty. We appreciate you tuning in, man. Hopefully it's helping you guys learn how to use this gallery. Like I said, we'll take one more and then let's do some general questions. And then we gotta skip out. It's been a long day.
Without you, my friend.
Huh?
But I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Shut up, Junior.
Are you singing a song?
Junior's
Is that
rapping.
copyrighted material, Junior? Because you're gonna get us in trouble.
Not when I say it.
Oh, you're allowed to sing songs, just not borrow them?
I think so.
So if I could learn how to sing, we could do any jam we want to our spotlight videos.
Sounds like a bad idea.
You got one, Bank Dizzle? Oh, somebody heard me say about that trick, and they just loaded a new Ford photo to the 2016 Ford. Now you're not in the #1 position anymore.
I'm just going through a lot of.
There's been a lot of comments today.
Yeah. Well, we were at a high 62 when you were on the phone.
Well,
I wish it was 62 outside right now rather than 12.
Oh, come on now.
Or do you have a general question? We could just go into general.
Yeah, let's just go into generals because
Is that what you're seeing more of?
Daryl said it's okay that he dropped
Daryl.
in the first one.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, here we go. TJ wants to know, why can't you run a leveling kit with a 6-inch rough country lift?
That's an easy one that I never
Yes.
understood until Banker taught me.
I'm writing it down for shit I never knew as well.
It's covered. We should cover it again as shit I never knew. We covered it in Kirk's
Yeah,
video.
right.
So if you want the full explanation or forget what I say,
Oh, no. My phone died.
Ford F-150. How would I find custom offsets?
There it is.
So right here, this Spotlight, 2013 Ford F-150. If you watch this video, we got into that because Kirk actually did it. The only way, so a lift kit, I wish I had some props. I'll use this switchblade knife and hope I don't hurt myself. A lift kit has angles designed. So if you picture this being your upper control arm, when they designed that 6-inch lift, they designed it so that, you want to move that camera this way so I don't even have to lean over? Thank you, sir.
Gotcha.
You're the bomb, Junior. A lift kit is designed so that the angles, and then you have your upper ball joint, are designed with that lift kit so that this ball joint is at an acceptable angle. If you then add a coil spacer and you jam that control arm up even taller, what you've just done is the ball joint that wants to be like this, now that control arm's like this and the ball joint's going like this, and you'll see it, and that ball joint is just pinched the shit in there. And it's just, it destroys the ball joints and it doesn't allow the vehicle to travel the way that it's supposed to. So when you start stacking, you're basically destroying the geometry that that lift kit had set up for, you know, within its tolerance of what it's allowed to ride as. So sometimes if you take this upper control arm and you replace it with something with a uniball or something designed for that, if you're now up 8 inches, if it's designed for that 8-inch angle, now you're okay because you lifted it up, but that ball joint is adjustable. Is adjustable the right word?
It's not adjustable, but it's got a better range of motion.
It's got a better range of motion, and sometimes that that upper control arm's got a different design to it to bring that out rather than it have that pitch to it. So.
Yeah, but you never want to stack spacers.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what.
Oh, any kind of spacers. So if
So you-
there's
if
spacers
you have
for a
a
lift
strut
kit and
spacer-
spacers for a leveling kit, you're stacking spacers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just there's too many. I don't know what the word is.
The only exception would be like if the manufacturer. So what I've noticed with TGC is they have a lower
Yeah.
spacer and then they have an upper, and it's designed where you can do both
Yes.
because it's still within the tolerance of that the angle. It can still handle it, and then do the lift blocks in the back, and that's your level lift.
Yeah.
But a lot of times then even you're starting to stretch everything out and you're getting closer and closer to the range that ball joint wants to travel. So
Right.
did that help? Is he still with us? I hope that helps explain it. The answer is they're not designed for it, so it jacks up all your angles, and it's going to wipe out ball joints. And will that mess with wheel bearings too, or is it mainly just
It's mainly the ball joints.
ball joints?
Tie rod ends.
TJ hasn't replied yet.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back in here. Rough Country has 6 inch.
Rough Country has 6-inch struts, but I've heard you can't stack a leveling kit on their strut.
If it's the lift strut, you can put a level kit on top, as long as you do something with an upper control arm to fix the ball joint angle.
Right, because your upper control arm still isn't prepared for that angle, right?
Right.
So that doesn't fix the strut issue and the ball joint issue. That's a work-related injury. We'll file that with HR in the morning.
Alright.
Let us know if that answered your question. That's definitely more Banker's world. I'm a fitment guy that's been trained by Banker to make sweet-ass videos of all the
Daryl's
things
got
he
a
knows.
question.
What's up, Daryl?
Daryl does have a question. Daryl wants to know, if you change your wheel and tire setup, how would you post both setups on the site?
Oh, just start a new one. So go to add mine. Anytime you change your wheels, we want to keep your old setup on here. So I want to keep this one here forever, Daryl. So go on and hit add mine and pretend you've never done it before. And literally just reload the truck, because then what will happen is people will be able to see your old setup and your new setup side by side. So let me show you an example. I believe if I sign in as myself.
TJ says thanks.
Hey, no problem, TJ. So when I sign in as myself, I go up to my favorites. And if you guys didn't know, I can take Daryl's truck as long as I'm signed in. And if I click that little heart, it'll add it to my favorites. And then when I go to the heart here, these are my favorites. It's loaded up here. So you'll see that we used to have this setup with CO2. Now we have this setup. So we literally loaded 2 different ones so that people can see them side by side and see the different setups. And then if you want to get rid of a favorite, you would just click the X and it goes away. So anytime you're signed in, you can come back to basically your garage or your favorites.
Daryl says thanks.
Hey, no problem, man. How come the Hummer's not in my favorites, Junior?
Is the Hummer on there yet?
It better be.
Oh yeah.
She's sweet. I think it's amazing how many people hate my Hummer. But I don't take it personal, Junior. Gotta add the Hummer to my favorites. I don't know if you guys saw our WD-40 video, but it's been pretty hot out on the YouTube. The bad news is it attracted a bunch of mean people that called me names this week, but I'm still getting over that. As long as you guys subscribe, you can call me all the names in the world. Just keep watching. As long as we got an audience, we'll entertain, won't we, Junior?
Yep.
Any other general questions?
Not that I can see. It's not letting me go back very far in the comments, though, since my phone died.
Well, since we have a little bit of time, I'll go ahead and add the other setup we had CO2. Remember we ran 14 wide 20s for a weekend?
Riots.
Yeah,
there.
right there. So I can just add that to my favorites.
Donald
There, now I
says,
got all 3.
keep the videos coming.
Who?
Donald.
Yeah, buddy. We'll do, Donald. We're having a blast with the videos, so hopefully you guys are getting something out of it, because we just like talking about what we're learning as we're going. No sense in hiding that information. Worst case scenario, when my kid gets old enough to care about wheels and tires, he can watch all the videos and be as smart as I was, even if that wasn't very smart. Oh, there's got to be more avalanches.
Yeah, there's like 30.
30, Junior? Any other general questions?
Jay says, post a therapy video on how to deal while waiting for your package to arrive.
Oh, isn't that the truth? It's amazing because we do this every day, and we help talk people off the ledge when it's their vehicles, but when we order our own stuff, I think we're just as bad.
Yep.
It's hilarious when one of the guys here orders wheels, because I swear they cause more trouble and drive us crazier than the other people. All of
See?
you guys.
There's like 30.
Yeah, we put a lot of wheels and tires on this one. I'm gonna make that my favorite too. There we go. So yeah, pretty much the best thing you can do is we now have a feature. So when you buy wheels and tires, you go to our homepage and there's a track your order. So for all wheel and tire packages, now you can go in here and you can literally put in your email address after you've ordered and hit track. And you can just stare at the progress of your wheels and tires every single day. I would say that's your only option. So if I look at our local shop, Offsets Garage, they have a whole bunch of orders. Then you can literally see, you know, the progress of your order. And then once it ships, you'll get a tracking number. Oh, they're all closed once they're shipped. So that's what I would do. I would log in 6, 7, 8 times an hour and just see if it's moved yet. And then if you get bored doing that, just go on Facebook and remind everybody that you bought wheels from Custom Offsets. So every
Just
time
walk
you're
up to the
missing
gallery.
them, just tell everybody. I bought wheels from Custom Offsets. Gonna be here any day. Just keep doing that. Keep taking pictures of your stock truck. Or get a friend to Photoshop the wheels on there and tell all your buddies you got them already.
There you go.
And then when they really come in, be like, ha. Anything else, Mr. Banker?
Nope.
I think we're good.
Rock and roll. Another wheel it fit. We will we'll let you know. We'll post if we're gonna run through this again next week. But hopefully you guys learned how to use the gallery and saw some cool shit in the process.